We just got finished with Nordea, and one thing that I found really interesting about the difference between banks in Copenhagen and banks in the US is the level of cooperation and coordination among each one. So actually we found out the founder of the system that they have been using to adjust the the Change Lab is trying to spread it to other banks, not just Nordea. So that's something in the US that we wouldn't necessarily do. We'd use it as a competitive advantage.
Yeah, another really cool part about this bank is I like the tech. One of the ladies who is the team leader for the Change Lab she's a developer. So they use a lot of technology in their bank, and it's not something they hide. And obviously they should. They're in a country that uses a card to pay for everything. All your bank accounts are on that one card, so I wanted it to be all tech. So very, very, very innovative and forward thinking.
Yeah, and I think too, they have also started closing down some of their smaller banks in other locations and focusing on just the Nordic countries. So in the US it's all about expansion, but here they're actually condensing kind of their footprint and location. So that's another thing I found interesting. Hey, we just got done at Nordea, and now we are on the water taxi off to Reffen to grab a quick bite to eat for lunch, but we just wanted to reflect on our experience at the bank first.
All right, so a lot of what they talked about at Nordea was how they're trying to innovate their business around all of the new regulatory requirements around banking, and specifically around anti-money laundering. And having lived in that world in the United States, we're facing very similar challenges in the banking world. They have a lot of ideas going on how to utilize technology and data to improve those processes, so they're not only making regulators happy, but also their customers. And a lot of times in banking, we say you have two customers. You have the people you're lending money to, and you have the regulators. And so they are solving challenges at Nordea to please both customers. So I thought it was interesting to see how they're moving those processes forward.
And they're using internal people to solve the problem, so that saves on not just the expense of external consultants, but also you can share information. And it's also interesting because if they are in violation of some of the EU regulations, if you have outside consultants, they now know that you are in violation. And so if you keep it all internal, then you get the chance to solve things, and you can be much more honest about the problems. And since they are under intense pressure with all of the new regulations post the 2008-2009 recession, it is interesting to see how they are reacting to it.
And I also thought it was interesting, Dr. Macy actually asked one of the girls who spoke with us what job she actually thought would be growing in the future, especially here in Nordea specifically. And she mentioned that she probably wouldn't go into trading, that in fact she would actually move towards the IT area, which is very similar to the US. A lot of the finance has moved more into the technology and information side of things in fintech, and that's something that's similar across the board. But I do think the Nordic countries are moving towards that faster than the US is, much faster. So that I found that interesting.
And the one gal mentioned machine learning and AI. That's where the bank was going. That's where they were putting their money.
Awesome.